Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Hortonville High School, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association boys basketball game between the visiting Neenah Rockets and the host Hortonville Polar Bears. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson, and bringing you those high-definition shots is Jim Rosandick. We're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin's the digital live stream team, bringing you another high-quality sports live stream. Interesting matchup here between these two teams. Hortonville comes in 7-8 overall. Neenah is 16-1 overall. Hortonville 6-6 in the Fox Valley Association. Neenah 14-0 in the Fox Valley Association. And Brett, I know we've seen Hortonville, and I think you and I would both agree we have not seen Neenah enough. But this is a perfect opportunity to see both teams in what should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, we're going to see Neenah now a couple times. We got them next week too for the really big one. We'll talk about that as the game goes on. But we just saw Hortonville last week at De Pere. They played pretty good basketball, taking down the Phantoms in a game that, again, we streamed up the road at West De Pere High School. But then it's been a little bit of a rocky road for the Polar Bears and kind of a rough little stretch for Matt Hintz's team. So we're going to see if somehow they can turn it around against the top-ranked team in the state, and that's the Neenah Rockets. And we talked about this, Ricardo, on the R&B show, which you can find on Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes. It just dropped, I know, so it's out there running right now, so check it out, download it. But we talked about Neenah and what makes them such a difficult team is because they are a team.
Team, absolutely.
So many different guys can hurt you in so many different parts of the floor. So they're riding a 23-game conference winning streak going back to last season. In fact, we streamed the Rockets' last loss. So can Hortonville do it? Yes, they can, because I think Hortonville actually has quite a bit of talent. Just kind of seeing if they can put it together here down this stretch. And Ricardo, I know they have one of the top players in the area in Parker Lawrence, one of your Fab Five guys who has been spectacular so far this season.
Yeah, and he plays spectacularly against West De Pere as well, Brett.
And the first two times, time these two teams met back in December, it was a pretty good basketball game. That was a 77-67 Neenah win, and we'll talk about that here a little bit later as well. So I give Hortonville more than a puncher's chance, and this would be a tricky game for the Rockets as they look to continue that winning streak and take another step towards clinching a Fox Valley Association championship. Should be a fun game.
Yeah, now we'll start off with some notes for both squads. I'll start with Hortonville. Brett will wrap up with Neenah. All these notes, by the way, put together by my man, Brett Christopherson. Polar Bears received one vote in Division I in this week's Associated Press State poll. They're coming off a 56-53 non-conference loss to Seymour. Pretty good Division II team, Brett. That was here Monday at Hortonville. The loss was Hortonville's third straight and fourth in its last 5 games. Now TJ Payne, he paced the Polar Bears with 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Parker Lawrence was next with 13, followed by August Maurer with 12 points. Camden Kuhnke, did I say that right, Brett? Finished with 9 points. Hortonville struggled with his shot from three-point range, going 5 of 17 from distance. Lawrence was just 1 of 8 shooting from beyond the arc and 3 of 14 overall. On the season, Lawrence, a St. Norbert College recruit, leads the Polar Bears in scoring at 21.8 points per game. That ranks second in the FVA. He's shooting 42% overall and 28% from three-point range. His 41 triples are tops on the team. Maurer is next at 11 points per game. He's shooting 49% overall and 29% from distance. TJ Payne, third in scoring at 10 points a game, and he's shooting 45% overall. Jordan Kastner's 8.1 rebounds leads Hortonville in that category. He had a strong game against West De Pere last week. Maurer is next at 5.2 boards. Lawrence and Payne paced the Polar Bears in assists per game at 4.3 and 3.8 respectively. Lawrence's assist average ranks third in the conference. And as a team, Hortonville is averaging 65.3 points and allowing 66.5. Polar Bears are shooting 43% overall and 28% from three-point range. Their opponents are shooting 44% overall and 32% from beyond the arc. And offensively, Hortonville, well, they're averaging 9.3 steals per game. Hortonville's next game is at Fond du Lac on Tuesday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off set there for 7:30 p.m. Now, Brett, what can you tell me about those high-flying Neenah Rockets?
Yeah, Neenah 16-1 overall. As we said before, 14-0 in the Fox Valley Association. The Rockets ranked number 1 in Division I in this week's Associated Press and WisSports.net state coaches polls. And they're coming off a 62-53 victory over Fond du Lac on Saturday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Down at Neenah's Ron Einerson Fieldhouse, Carter Thomas, he led Neenah in scoring with 16 points on 6 of 8 shooting. He also finished with 6 rebounds. Jacob Dietz, the big guy, he was next with 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. His stat line included 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. Eli Schmidt also scored in double figures, finishing with 10 points. He also grabbed 5 rebounds. And don't forget about Cal Klesmet. He was credited with a team-high 9 rebounds. Now, Neenah struggled with its shot from three-point range, going 2 of 12 from distance, but it did finish with an overall efficient outing offensively as it shot 54%. Defensively, Neenah limited Fond du Lac to 43% shooting and tallied 6 steals. On the season, Dietz is the Rockets' top scorer at 13.8 points per game. He's shooting 56% overall, and he's one of 5 players on the team in double figures and three-pointers made with 14. Thomas is next at 12.5 points per game. He's shooting 60% overall and 56% from three-point range, where he has knocked down 18 triples. Chevalier Emery Jr., one of the slick guards in this area, he's third in scoring at 12.4 points. He has also hit 22 threes. Charlie Wolfgram's 29 three-pointers made lead the team in that category, and he's shooting 48% from beyond the arc and 57% overall. He's also averaging 8.9 points. Klesmet, Ricardo, has hit 21 triples and is averaging 9.3 points per game. Dietz is the Rockets' top rebounder at 5.3 per game, and Emery Jr. leads the way in assists per game at 3.4. As a team, Neenah is averaging 73.2 points and allowing 54.9. The Rockets are shooting 53% overall and 38% from three-point range. They're limiting opponents to 45% shooting and 35% from distance. Neenah also holds an advantage over its opponents in average rebounds per game at 29.2 to 19.1. And the Rockets, they have a busy little stretch here. Their next game is tomorrow night. Marshfield.
Wow.
Non-conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Ricardo? Now, we talked about Neenah's efficiency here a little bit. Different guys can hit three-pointers. As we talked about in the R&B show, kind of singled out Jacob Dietz, for instance, a kid that you can put on the block and he can hurt you underneath, or you can stretch a defense out and step out and hit the three. But I think we both really like about this Neenah team is in the times we've seen them, they get after it on the defense. They're not just a one-faceted team. That's a team that can lock you up inside and out.
In my opinion, it's hard to pinpoint a real weakness for Neenah. You could possibly say, okay, well, maybe they don't have the most height in the world, but that's really being nitpicky because I think a lot of their taller players and the way they rebound and hustle after those boards, Brett, they play a lot taller than what their heights might say.
And again, showing you that the versatility with so many guys that can step out and hit threes, and they can run, they can grind out a half-court possession. But I tell you what, I'm sure they're going to be ready. They're well coached, well prepared, but this Hortonville team, as we saw against West Appear, they like to get out and push tempo a little bit, and we'll see if they can maybe create some stuff defensively that they can turn into offense and maybe get a little bit of a lead and get that Neenah Rocket team thinking a little bit and get them down. Parker Lawrence obviously is going to be one of the centerpieces of this Polar Bears team, and I know, Ricardo, you think highly of him because he's one of your Fab Five guys.
That's right. I think one of the keys for Hortonville, Brett, is in transition. Can they up that tempo a little bit? They have really quick guards, as we saw with Lawrence and Payne. Can they get out and run a little bit? Perhaps that'll put some pressure on that Neenah defense, which, I think we all can agree is perhaps the most sound in the conference.
They shut down Kimberly when we saw them earlier in the year. A Kimberly team that had scored over 300 or 100 points in 3 of the 4 games going into that Neenah game, and the Rockets kind of locked them down both inside and out.
All right, we are getting ready here now for the national anthem as tonight's game again, Neenah and Hortonville. Always nice to visit our friends here in Hortonville, Brett. Nice, easy drive on Highway 15. And one thing you'd like about Hortonville, Brett, they have the nice video screen there. I think they were one of the first schools to get that in our area.
Yeah, it's between that and Ricardo, the indoor training facilities. I know there's a facilities race going on right now in the Fox Valley
Arms race,
Association.
facility race.
Yeah, video board race. When did high school become such big-time stuff,
Has to be.
I
think actually when things became more with the open enrollment, you saw that kind of saw that kind of take off a little bit, the facilities race, as you said.
Yeah, what do these high schools do? They try to showcase these facilities to potential students that could come into the district.
It's true. We have the national anthem.
How about that?
Yeah, I like the live rendition, Brett, of our national anthem. We don't know who was singing that. I think it was one of the guys on the actually, it was maybe the PA announcer.
He's good.
Very good. Brett, why don't you go and volunteer to do that?
Yeah. You'll hear every dog howling in this county if I start trying to sing. That's not my thing. I know you're a big karaoke guy.
I do, but that's the national anthem is very hard to sing, my friend.
Have you ever sung it at a karaoke night? That wouldn't be the hit song of the night, would it?
I've never even attempted it, my friend.
I can see you singing some Beatles, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Little Let It Be. You know what I'd go for, Born to Run.
Of course, anything Springsteen. Starting Rockets line up number 3, Chevalier. Did I say that right? Chevalier Emery Jr., number 5, Kyle Classman, number 10, Ryan Jansen, number 21, Carter Thomas, and number 22, Jake Dietz. As they turn up the lights here, Brett, really do it up nice for the Hortonville Polar Bears starting lineup.
It's going to be interesting to see. I'll look this up as we're talking, but I do believe that there's a referendum now here in Hortonville for some facility upgrades.
Well, that's good to hear.
I think one of those on the referendum is the potential indoor practice training facility, which, as we talked about again, Ricardo, on the R&B show, is not just athletics only.
No.
The whole student body can use that for different functions. I hope it goes through.
Hortonville Polar Bears starting lineup, T.J. Payne, number 1. Number 2, Parker Lawrence. Number 10, August Maurer. Number 23, Brady Mashlin. And number 30, Jordan Kastner. Again, as we get ready here to start. We're up here in the wrestling room, BC. I'm looking at the past champions, state champions for Hortonville. Started in 2008 with Vanda High. Then Keegan Genrick, 2012. He's the son of Chris Genrick. And then 3 titles in a row by Eric Barnett.
How about that?
2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19. Of course, Barnett now wrestling for the Badgers, Brett.
Our colleague Duke Benke back on January 20th, this was posted on postcrest.com. The Hortonville Area School District will ask voters for approval to spend $54 million for facility improvements in a referendum this spring. The second question asks for permission to borrow $12.2 million to construct a multi-purpose center at the high school. So we'll see how this goes, this side out, and Neenah starts with the basketball. I'm still not used to the side out. And right away, playing a zone defense. And look at this. Parker Lawrence going to take it up. Turnover is exactly what we're talking about, Ricardo.
Yeah, you saw that quickness again. And Neenah with the turnover. Rockets have been so consistent throughout the season. I think when you have that much consistency, Brett, that's got to be your team can have a lot of strengths, but consistency's got to be right up there.
Well, let's see how consistent they are attacking this zone. That's 2 quick turnovers
yes.
off of it. Chevalier Emery Jr. not agreeing with the call, but the official standing right there saying maybe drag that pivot foot a little bit. And now we'll see if Hortonville can turn another turnover into another basket. So good start if you're a Polar Bears fan.
Lawrence. Emery's guarding him.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. 2 fantastic players going out. Look at that. Couldn't finish, though. That was TJ Payne.
Yeah, nice assist by Kastner on that one, Brett. Couldn't finish, though. As Emery, he'll pop from 3. Kastner, oh, there's a surprise. Kastner with the rebound, Brett.
Yeah, that was Mr. Rebound against West
I
Appear.
think he had 16.
Yeah, you can watch a replay of that in any of our other Game of the Week streams. So just go to postgres.com and scroll down, or go to the sports tab at the top and then scroll down. You'll see the link right there.
Oh, quick hands by Dietz.
Yeah, Dietz got his hands on that, knocked it away.
Yeah, is that a 1-3-1? I see, Brett.
Looks like it, and that was a tough pass inside, trying to force it.
3rd consecutive turnover, Brett, on 3 possessions for Neenah. Well, 3 or 4, I'm sorry. So tough start for the Rockets.
Yeah, we're talking about, I'm sorry, Ricardo, that game that we streamed at West of Pier, that was a 75-66 win. But since then, Hortonville has lost 3 straight at Oshkosh West, at Kaukauna, and then Seymour, in 4 of its last 5. You know they're ready to go in this one. Neenah top ranked in that 23-game FVA winning streak. That's unbelievable. We streamed Neenah's last loss in conference. That was the putback at the buzzer by Kimberly's Grant Asman. Oh, nice little spin. Blocked! I think that was Carter Thomas who initially blocked it.
Mashlin, though, was able to get that rebound, Brett. And the putback, 4-2 is your lead, or 4-0 is your lead for Hortonville.
Oh, wow. I think we get a foul.
Could be on.
Looks like it's going to be on Dietz.
Dietz, yeah. You know, Brett, again, 4 out of the 5 first possessions for Neenah have resulted in turnovers. That is very un-Neenah-like.
Well, Lee Rubbis, the head coach for the Rockets, showing patience. Not willing to call a timeout yet. Good baseline defense there, and now here's a turnover, and here comes Klesman up the floor, and that's swatted away by Lawrence. Good hustle by Lawrence.
Lawrence really showing quickness there.
And that's tough. He's the guy at the top of that 1-3-1, and you either want real length at the top of that or a guy that can slide quickly back and forth and is so athletic and quick, and he's causing fits at the top of that defense right now. Emery's wide open, but did you see how quickly Lawrence closed out on that? And that's going to go towards Hortonville. So great start for the Polar Bears, 4-0 lead.
Oh.
And now I think we want a timeout. Yep.
Rubbis he's hot. He wanted a 30-second, and he's giving it to Emery right now. Must not have liked that last sequence of events. I think a good timeout here to get this team refocused, Brett. Now, they're only down 4-0, but I'm telling you, 5 turnovers. That's not going to do it.
Like you said, very un-Neenah-like. And I don't think that they weren't expecting to see a zone, because I think usually if a team comes out like something that you weren't planning for or expecting, they would have called a timeout right away. So I just think it's the execution against it why Coach Lee Rubbis wants to call a timeout. And I don't know if it was such a timeout to go over strategy as it was maybe just to chew them out a little bit. we'll see how the Rockets respond, down 4-0. And as Ricardo said, 5 early turnovers by Neenah in this one. Thanks to folks checking in tonight on postcrescent.com, our Facebook page, also our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. A whole lot of great offerings you can find. Our guy, Jim Rosandick, who's pushing all the buttons tonight. He's in the bleachers.
The mad scientist.
Rosie, he actually streamed yesterday a really good informational press conference about the vaccine clinic that's going to be opening up at the Fox Cities Exhibition Center. So check that out. You can get a whole lot of information there, answer your questions. As Rockets pick up another foul, Ricardo. I think that's on Carter Thomas.
Yeah. So second team foul for Neenah is, again, Hortonville. Oh, nice backhand, a nice put in, I should say.
Is that Maurer?
Yes.
August Maurer. Look at this, 6-0 lead for Hortonville.
Brad, are you sure they're the team that's coming in lost 3 or 4?
They look inspired, ready to go, but you know what? As we know, doesn't matter what sport it is. If you're ranked number 1 in the state, you're going to get everybody's best shot.
Good point, Brett.
Everybody's best shot. This is right now Hortonville's sectional final. That's some pretty good ball movement there, and a foul coming against Hortonville. So at least the Neenah coming out of timeout, moving the ball a little bit better against that zone.
6-0 lead, Hortonville over Neenah. 13:45 left in the first half. Here at Hortonville High School, Rockets, Polar Bears. In this FVA boys basketball matchup, as Klesmet will take the 3 and hit. The youngster, Brett.
Wonder if Max's brother's watching tonight. But a big hoop for the Rockets. Finally getting on the scoreboard. Nice to see a pretty decent crowd here, Ricardo.
Yes.
I mean, it's a big gym, so they can open it up a little bit, spread everybody out. They have both sets of bleachers down. So provide a little bit of atmosphere. Nice hands by Dietz, forcing the turnover. Here comes Klesmet.
Klesmet, he'll pop from 3 again.
How about that? He's feeling it now, and he is showing that he doesn't need to be towing that line, Ricardo. He can step out a couple feet behind that, and just like that, we're tied up, 6 apiece.
Really like Klesmet, obviously the younger brother of Max. You know, he's a rapidly ascending player for the Rockets. Just a sophomore.
Boy, that
Parker Lawrence.
That step by Lawrence is quickly and on the run. There's a good zone breaker too, and Carter Thomas with the bucket. So 8 straight points for the Rockets, Ricardo.
Yeah, that was, again, nice rebound by Klesmet, and then the quick pass up ahead. And Neenah, just like that, Brett, 8-6 lead.
Yeah, getting out in transition, so not allowing that defense to set up. Nice feed by Payne, and that is number 23, Brady Mashlin. He'll go to the line.
I think Wolfgram was on that foul. Or Jansen, I'm sorry, 6'1" guard. 13 foul for the Rockets. 12-10 left here in the first half. 8-6 lead for Neenah. Mashlin at the line, shooting a couple. This is his first.
Take this time, Ricardo, to thank Sam Englund, the athletic director here. Always fantastic job working with us.
He wasn't the one singing the national anthem, was he?
I don't think so. But making sure we're good to go, and all the folks here at Hortonville, the IT folks and the administration, they always welcome us. We haven't overstayed our welcome yet.
No.
So we appreciate, always love coming here.
So be on good behavior, Brett.
Yeah.
Klesmet popping from 3.
Wow.
Hello.
3 straight triples by Klesmet. He's got 9 of the 11 points.
Hey, you know, he didn't take that shot right away, Brett. He kind of sized things up first. And look at Klesmet again with those quick hands.
And he
They're
got
saying
it.
got the turnover.
How about the lefty sophomore showing off here a little bit? 6'2" guard Cal Klesmet wearing his brother's number 5.
Good to see Neenah kind of waking up a bit. They were kind of sleepwalking through the first couple minutes here, Brett. The young sophomores doing the spark. Or being the spark there.
I'd look for him. Try to swing it.
11-1 run here by Neenah.
So that timeout worked.
Absolutely.
Whatever Coach Lee Rubba said. Look at Klesmet going for it again. He's fouled, and he's got 3 free throws coming. That's going to go against Payne.
Yeah, and Payne.
That's Payne's second.
Payne, I don't know if Payne really hit him that hard enough to put him to the ground, but hey, you know, a little bit of showmanship, a little acting, Brett, a little bit.
So that's a big foul for Matt Hintz and the Polar Bears. That's Payne's second. Is 3 free throws coming from Max Klesman. He's got 9 points, make it 10. 3 3-pointers, and now a chance to hit 3 free throws. Gotta see that left. My dad would love seeing that that lefty. My dad was a lefty. He always loved the lefty athletes. Oh, I just was going to say
go,
nothing
Brett.
but net, and he misses the third. So 13-7 lead. That's a 13-1 run, right, Ricardo, for the Rockets now?
Nice, good patience, ball movement for Hortonville, but again, some of that has to do with Neenah's defense.
Yeah, I see how quickly they jump to the ball. I mean, they're out there. They're going to pressure that basketball, whoever has it. Of course, Emery on Parker Lawrence. You want to make sure Lawrence never gets any sort of a hot streak going. So anytime he's got the basketball, there's going to be somebody on his hip. There's a 3 by Maurer, misses. Good look. He got red hot in that game against West Appear. I was going to say, oh, I thought Thomas was going to take it, but he finds Emery from the corner. Look at that rebound by Dietz. Wow, quickly out. That's going to be a foul on Carter Thomas.
Yeah, you know, they were looking for, the Neenah folks are looking for a travel.
That's Carter Thomas' second now. For 2 fouls for Payne for Hortonville, now 2 for Thomas.
10-17 left here in the first half. 13-7 lead for the Rockets. But again, as Brett said, 13-1 run by Neenah.
Like the intensity, though, by number 21, Camden Kuhnke, the 6-foot sophomore guard there, drawing the foul in attack mode. Woo! How about that take? That's number 23, Brady Mashlin, Ricardo. He's got 5.
Big guy showing some quickness and a finishing ability around the hoop.
You like those big guys.
Love it when the big guys show the quick feet. That's definitely offensive foul. And
there's your big guy, Mashlin.
Yeah, Mashlin, you know, he had everything set there. And Emery, who I'm sure, you know, likes that kind of matchup when he gets to go up and finish. Bit too
well, that's just a good job by Mashlin.
Right.
Get there, hit his spot and draw that foul, that charge. That was a pretty quick move by Emery. That's why it's really impressive that Mashlin was able to slide down against that baseline and get Emery to pick up the foul. Parker Lawrence with the basketball. The St. Norbert College recruit, going to play for Gary Gresh. That's a nice pickup. Scoop shot, no good. He's going to fit in nicely in that St. Norbert program.
Oh, he should. Definitely has the ability to play at a high level there.
Good basketball. Nice little cut inside. That's J.J. Pater with the basket. Didn't see who had the little bounce pass, but that was nice.
15-3 run, Brett, by those Rockets. Turnover for Hortonville, their 5th. They've quickly caught up to Neenah in the turnover department.
Yeah, I keep going back to that turnover. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. Oh, good hands by number 10. That was August Maurer. I think he swatted it away. And a travel against
On
Parker
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Wow, he can't believe it. I was just going to say that was a beautiful another little bounce pass inside. We're getting ready for that bucket, but Maurer with the quick hands. Yeah, Neenah beat Hortonville 77-67 in the first matchup. That was December 15th. Down the road at Ron Einerson Fieldhouse in Neenah, Carter Thomas's 19 points paced the Rockets, who also got 18 points from Charlie Wolfgram and 14 points from Jacob Dietz. Great ball movement. Look at that little mid-ranger pull up by Dietz, but a nice offensive rebound by number 13, J.J. Pater. Second possession on this side of the floor. And again, defensive glass is going to be imperative for the Polar Bears, too.
7-3 lead.
Oh,
So
nice feed by Klesmet, and Ricardo Pater's fouled. He's going to the line.
I was just going to say 7-3 advantage so far for Neenah on rebounds, Brett. 8:16 left here in the first half.
So August Maurer picks up his first, and that puts Pater to the line. He's got a bucket on the night, looking to add to that total. Nothing but net.
Number 12, Coonan for the Polar Bears.
That run, Brett, now up to 17-3 for Neenah. 6-0 lead it was at one point.
All after the timeout. All after that timeout. Oh, he looks down the court. He has, yeah, there's your outlet pass. Good catch. And draws the foul, Ricardo. That's Eli Schmidt getting out in transition.
Right now, Hortonville, you know, they're a little bit defensively. They're just all over the place, Brett. I don't think they've adjusted well to the changes that Neenah has been able to pull off here in this big run. As that free throw is good.
That was just good court awareness, though, to see Schmidt leading the way, getting out on that rebound. Wow. Boy, this game started out so well for Hortonville, and it's just turned. And we're kind of seeing Ricardo Neenah flexing its muscle. And I think offensively right now, what's the key? The ball movement. It's just constantly moving, and offensive rebounds again. Now there's a turnover. Good hands by Lawrence. He's fouled. I think that's going to be against Pater.
15 combined turnovers in this game. 8 by Neenah.
But in that earlier game, I mentioned 14 points from Deese, Wolfgram, and Pater, 9 rebounds apiece, which the Rockets out-rebounded Hortonville 32-22 in that win, limited the Polar Bears to 6 of 21 shooting from three-point range. Rockets also did a nice job sharing the ball in that game, as you're seeing here again. Eli Schmidt with another bucket. And the Polar Bears, Ricardo, want to call a timeout. Talk things over,
yeah,
calm
for
things
good
down.
reason. Again, 22-3 this run is now, Brett. And Neenah, again, I think is showing you exactly why they're so good and why they only have one loss on the year. Did not panic at all. Not that we think they would have, but down 6-0. You call the timeout. You yell a little bit, holler a little bit, and look what happens. 22-3 run. And boy, Rockets showing you why they're one of the best teams in the state.
Well, as I said, sharing the ball tonight, and they did it again in that December 15th game. Just to finish the note on that, Rockets 21 assists on 28 total field goals made that night. Parker Lawrence 23 points to lead the Polar Bears, while Jack Coonan added 12 points. TJ Payne and August Maurer chipped in with 11 points apiece, but that's pretty good team basketball. 21 assists on 28 made field goals. Now let's see if the Polar Bears can respond to their timeout. And get back into this one. That's a good matchup. Dietz on Lawrence defensively. And going to get steps.
Travel.
Yep.
Nothing has gone right for Hortonville since the first minute and a half. As Mashlin set to check back in for Hortonville.
Well, Neenah's dominance. Neenah closed out, Ricardo, check this out. They closed out last season on a 14-game winning streak and have won 30 of its last 31 games overall, going back to last season. That's following that Kimberly loss. And combined over the last 2 seasons, 39-3. How about that? There's Dietz. And another offensive rebound for the Rockets, so really doing a good job on the glass. Little pull up in the paint. And finally, the Polar Bears get it. That's number 3, Tommy Powers. Oh, look at this, though. turnover, and that's Ryan Jansen with the bucket, Ricardo.
Whew. 10 turnovers for Hortonville now, Brett. And they were able to survive that barrage of offensive rebounds and only to turn it over and see the quick hoop and transition for Neenah.
Good defense, Pater on Mashlin. Now Lawrence has it on the wing, going against Dietz. Ooh, a tough three from the corner, but buries it.
They needed that.
No hesitation by Parker Lawrence. That's his second bucket. He's got 9, his first triple. Speaking about don't panic, they don't panic when they get kind of trapped along that baseline. They always find the guy, and there's Klesman, who's been red hot tonight and hits another one. His 4th three-pointer. He's got 14 points.
He's been the player of the game so far, Brett. That hot shooting has really lifted Neenah.
Lawrence now feeling it. And I think it hit that cable above the rim. But look at Cal Klesmet. Sorry, Cal. Sorry, Klesmet family. I don't mean to.
Come on, Brett.
He is probably so. I'm sure he loves his brother, but he doesn't want to be called Max.
Yes.
Cal with 4 3-pointers and 14 points. Great basketball, Ricardo. Look at that. Pater with the bucket and going to try to complete the 3-point play. How do you stop that ball movement?
That's, boy, Neenah's so impressive, Brett. Again, it's a complete team thing. There's like not one player that, yes, and Klesmet's been shooting well, but it's more than just Klesmet. It's just a whole tidal wave of red. Ooh, good big 3-pointer for Hortonville, Brett. That was Krantz.
Good shot.
29-15, 4:27 and counting here in the first half. Hortonville looking to chip into that lead.
Yeah, a few more of those and they will. So down 14, and I guess the goal at this point with 4 minutes to play, Ricardo, try to make it a single-digit deficit. One other thing, too, that you notice offensively, Ricardo, is Klesmet. Wow, I thought he was going to nail that one. He's been feeling it red hot. I think it might be his first miss from 3-point range. They don't force bad shots. And that's a good shot. I mean, we've seen Cal been able to hit that tonight. And there's another turnover. Ryan Jansen just couldn't finish it. A little contact underneath, but I think that's a good no call. Looks like they might get Jansen on the foul.
Yeah.
So his second. And that's Neenah's 7th team foul, so bonus free throws now coming up. So that's going to put number 15, Michael Krantz, at the line. Just hit a triple a little while ago, a 5'11" junior guard.
I don't recall Krantz playing a whole lot of minutes against West of Pier, Brett. But he's at the free throw line, looking again to chip away at that lead. His first shot's no good. Klesmet with the rebound.
Yeah, I just looked at the book, and I
Emery converts.
Didn't see anything in the scoring column for Krantz against West of Pier. Can't recall if he played. Nice little pull up. That was number 15. Krantz again with the miss. Look at Dietz handling the basketball, working his way down the floor.
I think that's a bit of a surprise seeing the big guy go down the court.
Come on, Ricardo. You cannot do that.
Oh, absolutely
I know
not.
that.
I can't dribble worth anything.
33-9 run after Neenah fell down 6-0. And another turnover. Wow, the Rockets just operating on just a high level of basketball. Dietz count the basket, and he'll go to the line. And it's just completely unraveled for Hortonville right now.
And a timeout by Coach Hintz.
Mauer picks up his second.
Complete domination by Neenah, 35-8 run. No, 35-9 run by the Rockets ever since that timeout again, Brett. Incredible.
It's like they almost flipped the switch after that timeout where Coach Rubbas just kind of got on him a little bit, and it just ignited something, and they've just been unstoppable since. Hey, Max Klesmet tuning in tonight, getting a tweet. Max, hope you're doing well in South Carolina. Hope things are going well over at Wofford. He was fun to watch.
Absolutely. Our boys basketball player of the year last year.
Question for you, Max. Will Cal break your records? Little sibling rivalry there. We should go, me and you, when Max is back in town, we'll take him on 2-on-2. Me and you against Max and Cal. What do you say?
Oh, my, me?
Come on, Ricardo.
Well, I'm just telling you right now, you pass it to me, it ain't getting back, buddy. I'll be shooting that thing up.
You can be the enforcer.
The Rick Mahorn, if you will.
The Bill Lambier. Start clotheslining guys as they come to the hoop.
Of course, kids have no idea who we're talking
about. No, they don't.
About.
Look it up on YouTube,
Ask
The
your,
Bad Boys.
Ask your daddy.
By the way, great. I don't know if that was a 30 for 30 or just something on NBA TV, a story about the documentary about the Bad Boys, the Pistons teams of the late 80s, early 90s. Did not like those guys, but two-time champions. There's a turnover. Here comes Parker Lawrence with the basketball. Nice little crossover, and can't get it to fall.
It's been that kind of a night so far.
Boy, he can fly, though, can't he? He can get down the court in a hurry. Oh, nice little reverse pivot. That was number 4, Eli Schmidt.
Wow, it was a good block by Maurer, though, Brett.
Maurer getting there, playing some good defense. So Coonan picks up the foul, and that is the 17th foul. So free throws now coming for the Rockets. Eli Schmidt shooting the 1-and-1. Looking at Eli Schmidt so far tonight. He's got 5 points. He's made his only free throw attempt and hits it.
Two for two on those free throws for Schmidt, and near the 2-minute mark here in the first half. That lead up to 22 points for Neenah.
Well, I'll tell you, the folks watching, we're gonna see Neenah and Kimberly next Friday night. That's 1 against 2. There's a turnover, but that one is locked in. We're gonna be at Ron Inerson Fieldhouse. Ricardo, you think that's the game of the night in the state of Wisconsin?
How can it not be?
I know Kimberly and I can't remember if it's Brookfield East
or is it
or Central that they're tied. Central that they're tied with number 2 in the state in the AP poll. But that should be a whale of a ball game down at Ron Inerson Fieldhouse. We've got a whole bunch of good streams coming up that I'll talk about at halftime, so stick around. We'll also recap a real fun Clubhouse Live season as Parker Lawrence bounces it to Maurer, who gets it to fall. And Maurer now with 4 points. See, the Packers making some news this afternoon. They're in search for a defensive coordinator. So, Ricardo, if you're looking for a job, want to call some defense in the NFL, there you go. There's your shot.
Well, in my opinion, and I'll finish this thought after this play here, that too bad it wasn't about a week ago. Packers Brett would have had a shot at getting Lovie Smith.
He's overrated.
Overrated, you're right.
Yeah, what did he do at Illinois? Nothing.
Yeah, that's a little different, Brett.
Nothing.
When you have recruits trying to play a cover 2 that takes years to master.
Where did he end up going?
He went to Houston.
Okay, the Texans, as Lawrence is fouled, so going
I
to
might
the line.
add, as you know as a Bears fan, Brett, Aaron Rodgers' quarterback rating against Lovie Smith's defenses lower than any other defensive coordinator except for Vic Fangio.
We don't care.
Well, I'm just saying, the guy knows how to build a defense. He maybe is not a good coach. He's maybe not a good college coach because that involves a little more than just calling the defense. But the man can put together a defense.
Well, it's a good hire. We'll see if that's going to sway with a new head coach down there, Deshaun Watson, to not demand a trade to get out of Houston.
He can't go anywhere. He can't do anything.
I think he's going to stick around there, too. I don't think they're going to let him go. Final minute of this one. I think that was blocked.
It was hit a little bit. It was altered, the trajectory.
Oh, boy. Max Klesmet wide open. Oh, couldn't get it to fall. Back tap. Nope, I think that's going to go against that might be against Schmidt. That's his second. So more free throws coming for the Polar Bears.
Need a foul on number 4, Schmidt. Second personal.
Looks like that's going to put number 23, Brady Mashlin, to nope. I think Parker Lawrence was going to say, I'll shoot these, but it's Brady Mashlin instead. Mashlin 1 of 2. Still bonus free throws coming up. And short on that one, so I'm wondering if the Rockets now will hold for a final shot under 30 seconds to play.
As Neenah looking to hold for that last shot, Brett. Emery and Klesmet, heck of a backcourt there.
Final 7 seconds. Time to go for Emery Jr. Working off that screen and a turnover. Yep, loose ball. Parker Lawrence deep
Look out.
one. Oh, almost banks it in.
I said that looked pretty good heading to the basket. Brett, I think Emery was trying to find Klesmet there for that open three-pointer, and it got tipped away. But 37-19 is your halftime score. And Brett, let me tell you something about this game.
Let's hear it.
The turnovers is way too high for both teams. We got 11 turnovers for Neenah and got 13 for Hortonville. That's 24 combined turnovers. The coaches can't be happy with that.
Not going to win many games against the top-ranked team in the state, turning it over.
But 37-19. I'll update my Twitter quick.
Remember, give him a follow at PC Ricardo. I'm at PC Brett C. Please give me a follow, would you? And don't forget about our guy, Jim Rosandick, at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE.
MOUSE.
But as Ricardo's updating his Twitter, that gives me an opportunity to, I guess, one more plug, our Clubhouse Live show, Mondays throughout the Packers season. Unfortunately, our season is now done, but we were going virtually every Monday night with Green Bay Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard, who had a great time. What a guest list he brought onto the show, including Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, all the guys, Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage, Jair Alexander, you name it. Seemed like they were on the show. Just a whole lot of fun. You can watch replays of the show at clubhouselive.com. And give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/clubhouselive. Well, I was fully anticipating to do a show again this week and then a post-Super Bowl show. But unfortunately, the Packers fall into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship means our season was cut just a little bit short. Already looking forward to season number 13, though. We'll kick it off hopefully in August. And Ricardo, hopefully we'll be back in person at the clubhouse in downtown Appleton inside the Paper Valley Hotel. I'm fully anticipating and intending to have an in-person audience again.
Well, I can tell you this. Sorry, Brett. I can tell you this much. Having Alan Lazard was amazing. I cannot speak highly enough about Alan. He was professional. He got us some amazing guests. I mean, read all if you could, Brett, if you have time off the top of your head.
Well,
I mean, some of the guests that he had were.
Well, we had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on the same show.
You can't get any bigger than that.
Jamal Williams. We had Robert Tunyon on a couple times. As I said, Jair Alexander. We had Kevin King. I don't know if I'm allowed to say
Amos.
Can I say Kevin King?
But Amos and
Savage.
I mean, he had them all at the same time.
Yeah, we had Elton Jenkins on, the great young left guard, center. Wherever you put him, he plays well. So it's worth going to take a look and checking out replays. But so thankful for a fun season. Can't believe it's done already. But you know how this goes, Ricardo. All of a sudden it's going to be July, August, and we'll be doing it all over again.
That is true. And, Brett, you talked about our Fab Five, and that actually came out last week. If you can, go to postcrescent.com or FDLreporter.com, thenorthwestern.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. And if you go under sports and under varsity, you should see the link there. It's our senior showcase of the top 5 boys basketball players in the area. Parker Lawrence from Hortonville, one of the guys on that team. Also on the team, Seymour's Mason Dorn, Kimberly's Grant Asman, as well as, who am I missing here? Wrightstown's Sam Hayes, of course. And I'm missing, Oshkosh Lord's Preston Rudinger.
Yes, sir.
That's your Fab Five boys. On the girls' side, we have Kimberly's Maddie Schreiber, Kokana's Chloe Van Zeelen, Notre Dame's Sammy Opichka, and then a couple of Freedom girls, Brett, number one. Well, they were number 1 ranked until they moved them up to Division II. But a couple of 1,000-point scorers, Gabby Johnson and Callie Genke. So all 5 of those girls, Brett, 1,000-point scorers in their respective careers, all moving on to D1 college.
Should be good, some good stuff, and check again. You can check that out. You can find all that stuff on postcrescent.com. Just go to the sports link, and even within sports, you can go to the Varsity link. As I said, you'll find our Varsity Game of the Week live streams there, and I guess this will be a good time too, Ricardo, to talk about. We finally did an R&B show after what seemed like months of being in hiatus. So it's good to get back and you, me, Rosie talking some, well, really a whole bunch of sports at all different levels. So where can folks find that, and what were we talking about this week?
What was that again? The R&B Show podcast? Sorry, I was updating my Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
The R&B Show, we were finally back at it after like 8 months.
Yeah, and we had a nice, lively discussion, Brett. We talked about, well, first off, you can find it on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. But we were talking several topics, some of them were very important. Obviously, the basketball, updating everyone, who the top teams in our area. You know, the playoffs are right around the corner, Brett.
Unbelievable.
But what is already in the postseason is wrestling. It starts tomorrow, Brett, the regional round for wrestling. We talked about how Kaukauna is hosting the Division I individual state meet as well as a team state meet, and how that's going to have a different look. Obviously, it's usually held at the Kohl Center and the Field House in Madison, respectively, the Indian team state tournaments. You know, then we went a couple of rounds there talking about the Freedom and their lack of being able to find a referendum that can get passed, and they're in our opinion less than stellar facilities for their awesome athletes. And then we wrapped up with a little bit of Packer talk, and yeah, you can find that. It's over an hour's worth of content, an hour's worth of us talking. You can find that again on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play.
You know what else came down today? The WIA, Ricardo, announcing that the Lacrosse Center will host three divisions of the 5. We don't know which divisions of the boys and girls basketball tournament. So I guess your initial thoughts on that. My initial thoughts, I was actually kind of surprised by that. I really thought that they were going to spread it out and go to different schools for each division. But
I did, but that's actually good for us because we don't have to try to send 5 different reporters, Brett. You know, with our limited resources now, we can send a few guys to lacrosse and then a few guys to wherever the other site's going to be. We don't know where that's going to be. I take it they're going to announce it somewhat quick. The only thing we don't know is we don't know which divisions are actually being played in lacrosse. Are they going to do the first 3? Are they going to do 3, 4, and 5? Are they going to do like 1, 3, and 5? We don't know how that's going to turn out, like which divisions are going to be at what facility.
Are you surprised it's lacrosse, though? I mean, why not the Resch Center, unless it just wasn't available?
I did not see that coming at all.
I mean, you and I both love lacrosse. We've gone there many times for state track. It's awesome. It's gorgeous out there, but that is not necessarily the easiest trip, though. I guess when you talk about the Fox Valley schools heading out that way, I guess I was going to say Milwaukee and Madison, but they're not going to be in the tournament. They could just hop on the interstate and go up to lacrosse that way. So again, it's not the easiest of trips, I guess, to make. So that's why it maybe surprised me a little bit, but it also maybe hinged on availability.
That could probably be that probably is the case. And once this is all settled, I'm sure I'll talk to Todd Clark and figure out what exactly was the thinking of the WIA and why they decided to go this route. Personally, I think it's a good plan. Lacrosse is in late February. Hopefully the snow's not an issue, anything like that, because you're talking about the girls tournament being that last weekend in February, and then the following weekend is the boys tournament. So let's hope that spring will have hit by that point, Brett. We're not getting those storms with 12 inches of snow.
Well, knock on wood, but Mother Nature's been good to us. Not necessarily the rest of the state, but it seems like she's sparing the northeast Wisconsin area with snow. It seems like it's more down south, Milwaukee, Chicago. They're going to get hit again this coming weekend. So, yeah, let's hope that we're going to keep having some nice mild weather, and that's going to translate into a nice early spring. And we'll get those football games going, the alternate fall season coming here in the not-too-distant future with, well, not Hortonville. Hortonville played football in the fall, but Neenah and Kimberly and Bayport and Fond du Lac and all those teams.
Menasha?
Appleton North, Menasha. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing some spring football. It's going to be odd, but looking forward to some spring streams, and who knows, maybe we'll even stream some baseball, softball games. I guess it all depends.
We do have some outstanding teams in both those sports.
See how it all depends on COVID and availability, space, all that stuff. Polar Bears back onto the floor, sort of the Rockets, as first half is just about in the books. You know, our guy John Yoke there for Neenah sending up some stats. Rockets went on a 24-6 run during that first half, Ricardo.
Whew.
And I can run down the scoring first. The first half scoring for the Polar Bears: Lawrence with 7, Maurer with 4, Krantz with 3, and Mashlin with 5 for the Rockets. Emery Jr. with a bucket, Schmidt with 7, Klesmit with a game-high 14 points. Powered behind those 4 triples, Jansen with 2, Pater with 6, Thomas with 2, Dietz with 4. Looking at fouls for the Rockets: Schmidt, Jansen, and Thomas each with 2. And for Hortonville, Payne and Maurer each with 2. Well, if you're Matt Hintz, the coach here at Hortonville, I guess what do you say to get your team back into this? Kind of felt like they were going against a buzzsaw for a lot of that first half.
Got to cut down on the turnovers. If you even harbor a thought of making a comeback, Brett, you got to value each possession. Each possession it's got, you got to look at it like this is our last possession. We got to hold on. We got to make sure we don't have a unnecessary turnover, a mental mistake, any of those kind of things. You know, when you're down by 18 points, that puts your margin of error at just about 0, Brett. But it can be done. 3-pointer here, a little run there, and really Hortonville has not had any kind of run of significance, save for that 6-0 run to start the game.
Yeah, it looks so good from the outset, and then Lee Rubbis calls a timeout for the Rockets, and then it was, as I said before, like a switch went off, and then they were playing Neenah basketball, and they were virtually unstoppable.
Sometimes you need to get yelled at a little bit, Brett.
Added a timeout to each side. So 5 timeouts for Hortonville, 6 for the Rockets. Hortonville will open the half with the basketball side out. And we'll see if the Polar Bears can start chipping away at this 18-point deficit. Fox Valley Association game, top-ranked Neenah, undefeated, looking to extend that Fox Valley Association winning streak to 24.
We have a foul right away on Neenah, Brett. That's on Jansen.
Yeah, his third now.
Number 10, Jansen. Third personal first team.
Mashlin up, can't finish. Rebound Jansen. Nice feed from Emery. That was to Thomas.
Carter Thomas now, he's got 4. And up to a 20-point lead for the Rockets. Nice feed from Payne. How about to number 30, Jordan Kastner with his first bucket of the night. Good team basketball right there.
Thought good job by Hortonville to get back on defense. Brett, looks like Neenah was hoping to get out there quick.
Yeah, you see Emery, he wanted that basketball. He was a little back cut there, and he was waiting for the pass from Thomas. Just didn't get it, but you could hear him say, oh. Dietz, that one rims out. Tap in, no good, and Maurer with the rebound, and here come Lawrence and the Polar Bears. Ooh, tough take by Payne. A little pull-up by Kastner. Hey, here we go. Couple quick buckets.
Chipping away. Lead down to 16 points for Neenah. Emery short on that, is trying to speed. Dietz tries to save that one, but not able to as Hortonville gets possession again. 16-12 in the second half, just underway.
You know, I mentioned Ricardo, Neenah on a 23-game winning streak in the FVA.
Mm-hmm.
According to our friend John Yoke over at Neenah, that's the 4th longest conference winning streak in program history.
Again, just doing so many great things. And
well, I mean, you talk about the history of Neenah basketball. They've had among the richest histories in the state, any program. That's
well put.
That's saying something. I mean, Ron Einerson. All those state tournament teams in the 60s and 70s. Oop, the loose
then
ball.
Recently with Poltman and Helt.
Well, yeah, they've made some trips. As Thomas with the finish. Well, even you go back, 20 years or so, you had Sam Oatman and Aaron Shaw in those days with Scott Anderson as the head coach, and then you had Chaz Pronchinski, Scott Bork.
Did they make it to state with the Oatman,
Yeah.
Oatman years? Okay.
Yeah. Lee Rubbus, I mean, all these coaches have gotten teams to state. And a nice little spin by Pater. And back up to a 20-point lead for the Rockets, 43-23. Ooh, tough shot. Wow, how did he get the fall? It's Mauer.
As long as it goes in. Nice little scoop shot.
Wrestling his way through.
It's the one you call the scoop-de-loop.
That's what I was waiting for that one. And there's Carter Thomas with a triple.
Boy, they just have answers for everything, don't they?
Ricardo, there's no really closeout, no hard closeout on that. You can't give these shooters that kind of space and time.
TJ Payne. Oh, I see what he was trying to do, Brett. Feed it inside on a cut inside, but goes as a turnover for Hortonville, their second of the half.
As I said in the first half, Neenah, 30 of its last 31 games they've won. Rockets are combined 39-3 over the past 2 seasons.
Again, this is a team that Brett 2 years ago made the state tournament. Last year was at the sectional final before COVID ended everything.
Yeah,
and this year's looking great again.
They were supposed to play Kimberly in a sectional final, a highly anticipated sectional final, but their last conference loss, as I mentioned, that was January 17th, 2020. So it's been over a full year. They lost on a buzzer beater to Kimberly at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. And they're looking to become the first Fox Valley Association team to finish 18-0. Well, hold on that thought. I want to mark down who gets called for the foul here.
I want to see that's Conkey. Oh, no. Sorry. That's on Kastner. Boy, I'm trying to think who went undefeated. Was it the Neenah teams that
No,
did?
I've got
it. Oshkosh North?
Yeah, it was
No.
Oshkosh North.
It
Yep,
was, okay.
I've got it here in a second as Carter Thomas hits the first. When you got to do book at the same time.
Come on, Brett. Multitask, my friend.
Well, I can't read 8 things at once.
Emery. Nice.
Jeez.
That lead up to 24 points, yes.
49-25, dominance. Yeah, the last team to go 18-0 is Mauer takes a 3. They're going to say no shot on that. If they're going to get Pater on the foul. That would have been Ricardo, the 2016-2017 Oshkosh North Spartans.
That was when they were still under Coach
Shady.
Coach Shady, yes.
They lost to Spash in the sectional final. They were undefeated for the season.
Obviously Halliburton's junior season.
We streamed that game at the Marshfield Fieldhouse. Marshfield High School Fieldhouse. Mauer at the line shooting a pair. We'll finish that thought. There haven't been that many teams that have gone 18-0 in FVA play. And remember, the conference moved to an 18-game season when Appleton North joined the conference in 1995-96. Otherwise, it had been a 16-game season. But the pace is too fast for me to not finish the note because I got to keep the book, as I said.
5 years ago, I think Brett would have been able to keep up.
You saying I'm slowing down?
A little bit.
Come on. I'm still in my 40s. I'm still youthful.
I thought you were 50.
No. Are you kidding me?
I thought you were.
I'm 31.
Okay. Close.
31 plus a few. As Mauer 1 of 2, so Mauer now with 7 points. Oh, what a step by Emery Ricardo.
Very quick. He's playing much better in the second half, Brett.
Yeah, he's got 4 this half, 6 on the night.
13 minutes here left in the second half, I should say, as Lawrence able to get that rebound. TJ Payne, 3-point attempt, no good. And that ball will stay with Hortonville. Calling Klesmet with the foul.
Klesmit 14 first half points, nothing this half. You look at Parker Lawrence, 7 in the first half. Let's see if he can get a little bit of a hot streak. Help this Polar Bear team finish this game feeling a little bit better. Payne to Kastner. Nice little feed and finish. Kastner with 6 points this half. Dietz with the pull up.
Oh, Klesmit almost able to get the hustle play, but they're going to call him out of bounds. Possession goes to Hortonville.
So, yeah, 2016-17 Oshkosh North Spartans. They were the last team to finish 18-0 on the boys' side in FVA play. Now, that 18-0 mark, Ricardo, only been achieved 4 times since the conference season was expanded to 18 games in time, as I mentioned, for the 95-96 season. Oshkosh West back-to-back seasons, 04-05 and 05-06. I'm sure you remember those teams.
Was that Andy Polka and Weiss and stuff?
Yeah, I think wasn't it Lance Randall's team taking over for his dad, Steve, and then of course Appleton East.
Oh sure, Johnny Coonan and the boys.
2010-2011 season. And Neenah had won actually 23 straight overall, again dating back to last season, but they fell to Pewaukee. That's the Rockets' only loss this year. That was 86-77.
Very good Pewaukee team, by the way.
Yeah, that was back in January 2nd, that Pewaukee. Now the Pirates ranked 3rd in Division II in this week's AP State poll and 2nd in the WisSports.net State Coaches poll. So if you take that Pewaukee game and turn it into a win, what a long overall winning streak this Neenah team would have had. It would be 31 in a row, I guess.
Having a foul. I think it's going to be on Emery. 11:42 left in the second half. 23-point lead for the Rockets.
Our next Varsity Game of the Week live stream, well, we're going to be tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. Boy, a lot of whistles here this half, all against the Rockets. That's going to be their 6th.
It's on Eli Schmidt,
team
6'5"
foul.
junior forward.
That's Schmidt's 3rd. We're going to be at Kimberly, a big girls game tomorrow night. As Maurer wrestling with it, and finally the Rockets. Here goes Dietz. Oh, nice job by Lawrence, but there's some contact. I think Lee Rubbas, he's saying, hey, where's the foul?
I don't know if they're going to say it was incidental, Brett, as he was going for the ball, but I don't know if is that an NFL rule or a basketball rule. I don't know.
Yeah, both guys are kind of going after it, but we got a big Varsity Game of the Week girls basketball live stream tomorrow. Top-ranked Kimberly against 4th-ranked Beaver Dam, a non-conference game. Beaver Dam had been number 1 in Division II, but with all the reshuffling. And that's going to send Schmidt to the line.
Now, Beaver Dam, if I remember correctly, I think they're the 3-time defending state champs in Division II.
They were on tap to do it again last year, too.
Very true. And we always wondered how they would have fared against those great Appleton North teams. Never saw them play each other. So this is kind of a interesting test, especially with Beaver Dam being in Division I now this year.
Moving up because of COVID and the reshuffling of the divisions. So that's going to be a good game. Live coverage will be at 4:15 p.m. tomorrow on postcrescent.com and our Facebook page, YouTube channel. Really looking forward to checking that one out. And then, as I said, so that's tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon. Then next Friday night, we've got a game locked up, a deep 3 by Parker Lawrence. How about that? Wow, a little kind of a fall away by Kunke. That was a tough shot. His first bucket of the night. Next Friday, again, Neenah boys against Kimberly at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. Live coverage will start at 7:15 p.m. again on these sites, so you don't want to miss that one. And also, Ricardo, is a great little feed from Klesmit to Schmidt. And a timeout coming for the Rockets.
30-second timeout, Neenah.
Also trying to get a little another girls game in. Would really like to get the De Pere Notre Dame girls next Thursday. That was originally supposed to be on Monday, but that's been moved to next Thursday. So that's another possible addition to our Varsity Game of the Week streams. Of course, Notre Dame number 1 in Division II. I think De Pere's number 8 in Division I. So that's a big Fox River Classic Conference game. I would love to stream that one. So I was talking to you guys about it before. We've streamed a ton of games on the basketball side featuring state-ranked teams. It's crazy the amount of talent on the boys and girls side in the Fox Valley this season.
We're
Crazy.
And that's what makes us very optimistic about seeing a good representation of those teams, Brett, in the state tournaments.
Rockets setting up now on 1-3-1. So we'll see how it all pans out. But for sure, tomorrow afternoon, Kimberly Beaver Dam, highly anticipated the game of the day in the state. Girls side, 4:15 start. And then next Friday, that's also a for sure. Number 1, Kimberly against number 1, Neenah against number 2, Kimberly at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. So some big-time matchups coming. Got to love this time of year. And said it on the R&B shows, Lawrence letting one fly. Credit to the administrators, teams, coaches for grinding through the pandemic, right? Ricardo, his Payne banks one in. Grinding through and getting these games in and let these kids play. And from what I can tell, even being here, folks are spaced out, wearing a mask. Everybody's cooperating and just following the rules.
I think people are getting used to it, Brett.
I think so, too.
And that's a good thing.
It's become a way of life. I mean, we've been doing this for how long now? That's what's crazy, too, is we're going into February. It's been almost a full year since everything kind of broke loose.
It has been, yeah.
Isn't that nuts to think about that? Getting used to it, Ricardo, but it's time for it to come to an end.
Of course, and hopefully that's the case over the summer and through the fall.
I want to get back to a regular fall football schedule. I want our Clubhouse Live shows to have people, and that's what we're talking about Alan Lazard with on Monday night. You know, he kind of wished as Jack Coonan drains one. He kind of wished that there would have been some folks in the stands.
30-second timeout, Neenah.
Who hit that last one? Was Carter Thomas. He's had a
Yes.
big half. Looks like the Rockets now with another timeout.
Loving the rock and roll music. I know Rosie's loving this. Yep.
Carter Thomas, Ricardo, 10 points this half. He's got 12 on the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, 11 minutes into the first half. At Neenah, it's the Hortonville Polar Bears 12 and the Neenah Rockets 4.
Oh, you hear the announcer, the PA announcer. That's a big game down at Neenah, the girls' side. Polar Bears up 12-4 early in that one. It's been a little bit of a struggle for the Hortonville girls this season as the upstart Rockets really making some noise with Allie Zabel, the really talented freshman. Was she at like 35 the other night?
She is going to be one of the generational players, you know what I mean, in this area. And we've had a lot, Brett.
I mean, as a freshman, you're putting up 35 in the FVA. That gets your attention. As Parker Lawrence now shooting the 1-and-1. Lawrence's first point of this half.
You think of some of the great players on the girls' side that have come through the FVA. You know, obviously Frankie Wirtz of Kimberly, Sydney Levy of Appleton North. You know, obviously Schreiber and Van Zeeland. I mean, she's going to be on a level perhaps even higher than those players.
Yeah, I mean, she could be a 2,000-point scorer.
Boy, that's really up there. That's I'm trying to think of
Anna DeForge.
Anna DeForge. There's that girl from
Jolene Anderson.
Yes, Jolene Anderson. She went to the Badgers, right?
A couple South Shore girls scored big time and went to the Badgers, I thought. And I have to look that up again. Hey, look at this. Camden Kuhnke.
True, Brett, but I think, you know, with South Shore, that's a Division 5 team or Division 4. Zabel's doing it at the D1 level.
Yeah. Oh, nice feed. Good post play by Dietz and good team basketball again. .58-41 and make it 58-43 is TJ Payne with the bucket. And the Polar Bears taking a full timeout to talk things over. Yeah, I'll have to look up the all-time girls scoring. Well, maybe I can do that now if I've got a minute. But that's impressive what Allie Zabel is doing. Of course, the daughter of Mark Zabel. We've known Mark for a number of years, a longtime boys basketball coach, a standout player at Oshkosh North, and then later at UW Oshkosh. UW Oshkosh Hall of Famer. I don't know if I can find the girls' scoring records here on the website.
Well, so early, Kimberly Lee and Kaukauna in girls basketball, 15-8.
There you go, Ricardo. Megan Gustafson, South Shore. She's the all-time leader in girls scoring state history, 3,229 points.
Whoa.
Then Jolene Anderson of South Shore, 2,881. Don't forget about Anna DeForge of Niagara, over 2,600 points.
Again, those are small schools, though.
How about Arike Agumbawale?
There you
Remember
go.
her? DSHA, 2,200 points. So Allie Zabel,
I don't know if she'll get to the South Shore girls levels, but again, she's a D1 girl, so
she can get 2,000 though.
yes. That Erica, I can't pronounce her last name. For DSHA, she was one of the best just basketball players I've ever seen,
Yeah.
boys or girls.
Agumbawale.
Yep.
Yeah, and then she went to Notre Dame. I think she might be in the WNBA now.
I think they won a state national title with her, didn't
I
they?
think they did. Then she hit the winning
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Got a nice little text from Jordan.
Dietz. I remember, Ricardo, too, that she had a really big state tournament.
Yes. Yes, she did.
Like a championship game or something crazy where she just exploded with, I don't forget how many points she scored that night. A lot of people, it was a buzz in the rest center that night. Ooh, boy. Dietz, another bucket. He's got 10 now, 6 this half.
Yeah, and that leads back up to 19 points. Under 7 minutes left here in the second half.
Nice finish by Mashlin, and he go to the line. So Carter Thomas picks up his third, 8th team foul. And Mashlin looking for with the old-fashioned three-point play. Gets it to fall, gets it to rattle through.
And that will be a turnover going to Hortonville. I believe, according to my stats, that's the first turnover for Neenah.
This half? Wow.
Yes. Now remember, they had their problems. They had 11 turnovers in the first half.
They're going to get Thomas as Parker Lawrence just went right to the rack. So that's going to be Carter Thomas's 4th foul.
Neenah foul number 21, Thomas. 4th personal, team.
Rockets defense, Ricardo, doing a good job against Parker here. As he's 5 of 5 from the line, but he's only got 2 field goals.
Yeah, he had a huge game against West De Pere, so anytime you can hold one of the top FEA leading scorers to that few points, you're doing a great job defensively.
Yeah, he had a bucket and then a three-pointer, and then the rest have been all from the free throw line. So he's got 10. And make it 11. Emery, ooh, blocked. Ooh, Emery's going to go to the line. Thought Tommy Powers had all ball there, but the referee has a much better angle at it than I do. So
That's
I'm not
right.
not going to say anything. Emery Jr. has 6 for this half. trying to add to that point total, and does his first trip to the free throw line. A little bit strong on that second attempt. 15-point advantage for the Rockets. How was about a 20-point lead at least was their largest, I think.
Actually, I think it might have been 22. I'll have to double check.
Lawrence, three-point attempt from the top with Emery closing out, and they're going to get Payne on the foul.
Actually, it was 24 points, Brett.
24 was
the largest lead,
largest?
54-30 at one point.
Okay. There's Klesmit. He was red hot that first half. And
That's
I
an
think
easy call.
Yep.
Over the back. That was on Pater.
Yeah, it's his fourth.
They're calling it Piter here, Brett. It's Pater, I thought.
So 2 shots now coming. Double bonus for Brady Mashlin and the Polar Bears the rest of the way. This will be one of these games, Ricardo, for Lee Rubus, the head coach for the Rockets. It's going to be a nice win, but he's going to have things that he can go back on film and say, guys, we got to get better. We got to get better. And that's saying something for a team that went up 24 at one point and was really just, as I said, a buzzsaw for a stretch. And as a coach, you got to be excited about that because you know that there's still a higher level to achieve.
And that's good news heading into the tournament, just around the corner.
So maybe just starting to try to trend up, hit that peak going into tournament play, yeah, because Rockets about to be 15-0 in the FVA. So not too many games remaining on the schedule. It seems so weird just to have the tournament coming up already.
Yeah, the tournament's about 3 weeks sooner than it normally is. Of course, that's to fit in the alternate spring season, BC.
Let's hope that's a one-time deal.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
What's the average life of a pandemic? Do you know? I've never lived through one that I can recall.
Yeah, I'm
anyway.
gonna say you're old, but you're not that old, and I have no idea. Somebody around from the Spanish flu can let us in.
It's got to end at
details?
some point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just can't continue. Sure hope not. And that's going to be the 7th team foul now. So free throws coming for the Rockets. Puts Pater to the line. He's got 8. He's 2 of 3 from the stripe so far tonight, and make it 4 or 5.
As I said before, Brett, really this Neenah team, the only thing you can ding them on is that they don't have a whole lot of height. But boy, they do a great job of making up for it.
What do you have for your score?
I have 64-49.
64-49. I'm sorry. I gotta fix my scorebook here, the scoreboard. 64-49. Sorry, folks, with the scoreboard issue. Now it's
Come on, Brett.
now it's accurate again.
Jump ball is being called, and possession will stay with the Polar Bears.
Hortonville moving up to D1 this year's WIA tournament. Typically a Division II team. Hortonville's regional, Ricardo, includes Appleton North, DC Everest, Stevens Point, and Wausau West. Nice finish by Lawrence. You can make a run on that side.
I think they can. Sooner or later, though, you got to run in the other half of the bracket. But
True.
yeah, anything can happen in the postseason. We've seen stranger things happen. I remember distinctly a Fond du Lac team that had 10 wins make it to state.
Yeah. And look at this, Ricardo. It's a 12-point game.
You're
Not
right.
over. Not over yet.
No, absolutely not. And Emery's up, and that's blocked.
Was that Maurer getting in there? Number
And
10.
I'm telling you
No.
right now, they can dig into single digits.
Nice. Oh, couldn't get it to finish.
Look at Dietz, big rebound there.
Yeah, I thought Payne was going to get that floater. Whoa,
Oh,
little
no.
Euro step.
Oh, no.
Is he okay?
Oh, boy, his knee. Oh, my goodness, Brett. I kind of held my breath there.
It was a little awkward Euro step.
Oh, my goodness. You've seen ACLs blown out like that.
He's okay, though.
Yes.
As the Rockets, I think that's their last 30-second timeout. I think they have 3 fulls remaining. But
That was Emery there on the bucket.
boy, what a
Ooh.
sequence, though. You could have gone from 12 to 10 if Payne can get that floater to fall. But instead, I think it was that Dietz with the big rebound and the outlet pass, and Emery flying down the floor, Euro step, and finishes. And now back up to a 14-point game, so a 4-point swing.
.334 left here in the second half. It's become a somewhat closer game. Again, at one point, Neenah led by 24 points.
That's why Payne finishes a 10-point game with 3.5 minutes to go and free throws. I mean, it's not impossible.
They're going to need a couple of bombs here, Brett.
Yeah.
Great matchup all game long between Lawrence and Emery.
Nice hedge by Pater, though, to get that ball out of Lawrence's hands. Tough shot. Maurer with the finish. How about that? He's got 9.
12-point lead for the Rockets. 3 minutes left here in the second half. Oh, Dietz.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there.
Whoa, a little too many passings there. I think I saw Lee Rubus, and now it's going to call a foul on Klesmit, and that's 2 shots coming for Lawrence.
Well, now we had a chance to get it back down to 10 points, Brett.
Yeah, Lawrence is perfect from the line. 7 of 7 so far. But I could see that little extra pass, maybe an extra pass you didn't need to make, and it was caught, ended up turning the ball over. You could see Lee kind of Rubus. A pained expression.
Number 21, Thomas Sinfornina.
And, Brett, it hasn't been this close since the first half. If he can get it to 10 points, which he has.
10. How about this? 9 of 9. 18 points for Lawrence. Plenty of time left in this game. Now if you're the Rockets, just take care of the basketball. Dietz, tough shot. Big shot. You got to like the confidence in Dietz to take that.
We need to gamble a little bit here. I think Hortonville needs to take a couple of threes here, even though Neenah is defending it well. And that's going to be a block.
Yeah, so 2 free throws coming. I think that's on Klesmit. And Payne going to shoot 2 more.
Is that his fourth? Or his third?
That's his 3rd I've got.
Give credit to Hortonville, Brett. They've been, staying within reach here. Payne not able to hit that first one.
Yeah, I think that's shown some good fight for the Polar Bears to come back. Cut it to within 10. That's why I'm saying, you look at that regional. I playing in the FVA, I think they can make some noise in the playoffs. I really do.
You hear a crowd member for Neenah saying, "Take care of the ball."
Well, Rock is playing a little keep away now, letting that clock run as Emery now is going to shoot the 1-and-1. That'll be the 8th team foul against the Polar Bears. So Maurer picks up his 4th. And Emery Jr., 1 of 2 from the line. Some big free throws coming up here. And can't get that to fall, but how about that for a big rebound? Was that Thomas?
It was. Now it looks like they're going to try to whittle away some of those seconds. Oh, look at Thomas, though.
I'm going to say no shot, but Thomas is going to go to the line. Again, shooting 1 and 1. That's the 19th foul coming up for the Polar Bears. Looking at Thomas, he is 1 of 2 from the stripe, so still has to hit this front end. And nothing to it.
Thomas has that kind of little slingshot free throw for him. I don't want to say it's like Bill Cartwright from the old Bulls team, but it kind of looks like that, though.
That was the way you shoot. You can't get anything to fall. Turnover, and that's
exactly the last thing they needed.
Yeah, Parker Lawrence going to pick up the foul. So that's the 10th team foul. 2 free throws coming the rest of the way for the Rockets. And looking pretty good for Neenah to extend that winning streak in the FVA to 24 in a row. I wonder what the all-time FVA winning streak is. I guess those Oshkosh West teams, right, that went back-to-back?
Could be. That's, 36 in a row? Maybe even more, depending on what they did that season right after their second state title.
I'll have to go back and look that up. Unless somebody knows on Twitter, tweeted at me, at PCBrettC, and Klesmet good on the second. It's actually Klesmet's first point of this half. After that big first half, he's got 15 now. Ooh. Neenah, of course, last qualified for the state tournament back in 2019. Could have made another run last year, but COVID scrapped those plans. Hortonville, Ricardo, looking this up first, they yet to make the WIA state tournament on the boys' side.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that again?
Hortonville still looking for its first WIA state tournament trip on the boys' side.
Okay. Now we see some of the reserves coming in for Hortonville now, Brett, as Emery will shoot 2.
Well, August Maurer just fouled out for Hortonville. And that's going to put Emery Jr. at the line, but it kind of surprised me. So all the quality basketball that's been played here, but it's not easy to get there.
Number 11, answer. Number 13, number 15.
Yeah, the Neenah team last year, Ricardo, 23-2. But finished second in the FVA with 16-2 league mark. Kimberly won the title last year, the FVA title, with a 17-1 record. And boy, that would have been a whale of a game. Neenah Kimberly sectional championship last season. That was just right when all craziness was starting to happen.
I, of course, would not have been able to do that one with you. I think I was covering the state girls state tournament.
Well, we were kind of ready. I think that game was going to be played at Appleton North, and had things set up to stream it, and then unfortunately was not meant to be.
Foul's going to be on Will Cordes, a 6-foot junior for Neenah. Going to the line for Hortonville will be Croncy. Under a minute left here.
Actually, Michael Krantz is 5'11", junior guard for the Polar Bears. Again, thanks to Sam England, the athletic director here, and the crew. Always enjoy the trips to Hortonville. Easy trip down Highway 15 from Appleton. Doesn't take very long. Someday they got to expand that 15, though.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brett. Yeah,
there's something about that highway that
you're a little worried every time you drive out here.
A little tricky. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's the population out here is just getting so big. They just got to expand the roadways a little bit to make it easier, because there's so much commute going on between Appleton and Hortonville.
Yeah, and you got is it Greenville that's in between
Greenville,
here?
even New London down the road. You know, there's a lot of commuting going on. So yeah, not to add more taxpayer money and do some road work.
Yeah.
Even though I don't live out this way. Hey, I've had to pay for roads before, so.
Hey, we have the wheel tax in Appleton, so I know all about that. And you too, Rosie, got the wheel tax.
3 ball, number 11. That was Braden Gasser, a senior guard. Is there a foul? Braden Heckert picks up the foul, so 2 shots coming yet for the Rockets. These final 26.8 seconds to go. Neenah awfully dominant, especially during that first half stretch. Tough team. There's Mason Hobbs at the line.
You don't see many of that, Brett. 6'2" junior. Completely missed the iron. A little bit of Shaquille O'Neal action there.
Giannis.
Yes,
That's
Giannis.
one of Giannis's weaknesses. I don't get that. 2-time
I know
MVP.
I know you. That really irks you, Brett. The free throw shooting.
Especially your professional basketball player. Come on, right? Shouldn't you at the very least, be a 60% shooter? 6 of 10. Is that difficult?
I don't think even I could hit that. I don't even think I could hit half of that. And that's the ball game. 72-59. Neenah improving again in the FVA. And the Rockets will improve to 17-1 overall, 15-0 in the Fox Valley Association. Hortonville drops to 7-9 overall and 6-7 in the FVA. Brett, if you don't mind, I'll talk a little quick about both teams.
Please do.
And Hortonville kind of ran into a buzzsaw here, and we saw them against West Pier, really played well. Then they had a little bit of a dip there, the losing streak. Again, but like you mentioned, Brett, in the postseason, at least in the regional round, they have a chance to do something there and maybe reach the sectionals, which I think this team is capable of doing. Now for Neenah, their aspirations go a little higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they have a very complete team, and when you see them match up, we'll know more next week, Brett, when they go against Kimberly, but we already can tell that that's a team that possibly has state championship aspirations, and for good reason, because they really do have a complete team that can do it all, play defense, play offense, protect the ball. And one thing I think I like about them, Brett, is that they're hungry, they're driven. I think they want to take that next step and bring home that gold ball to Neenah, which is, how long has it been since Neenah won the state championship? It's been since, not since Einerson, really.
Has it been
I think it
78?
has.
Was
Okay.
78 the last time they won?
All right, so that's been a long time, Brett. That's about when you were in high school. So
Easy.
So yeah, Neenah definitely a state championship caliber team, and maybe we will get to see that, Brett, when I'm out in lacrosse. Maybe they'll have the D1 championships out there. But I'm gonna go down there and talk to Robus and
yeah, where can folks find stuff from this or your column all
later
that good
tonight.
stuff?
Later tonight, you're gonna see the roundups of this game. Postcrescent.com. Please visit us there, and you'll also see my column, Brett, where you'll see the rankings and all that kind of stuff. And then going into next week, the same thing as well. As we kind of preview, for us anyway, if you don't mind me talking about wrestling, we preview some sectional wrestling next week as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, all right, Brett, you guys, thank you. Good to see you. We'll see you hopefully maybe back here on Monday or tomorrow. What am I talking
Tomorrow,
about?
Kimberly High School, yeah.
That's right. We'll see you there for that big one. I can't wait. Beaver Dam and Kimberly.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, give me a chance to run down the scoring for the victorious Rockets. Emery Jr. with 10, Schmidt with 10, Klesmet with 15, Jansen 2, Pater with 9, Thomas 14, and Dietz with 12. Ricardo, that's 5 guys in double figures for the Rockets and scoring almost 6. Pater with 9. So great sharing of the basketball. And again, who do you stop? They got so many different guys that can hurt you. For Hortonville, Payne with 6, Lawrence a team high 16, Maurer finishes with 9, Kunin with 3, Krantz with 5, Kunke with 5, Mashlin 9, and Kastner with 6. With the victory, the top-ranked Neenah Rockets improved to 17-1 overall, 15-0 in the Fox Valley Association. Rockets now 24 straight conference victories and 31 victories in its last 32 games. How about that for Neenah? and make it 40-3 over the past 2 seasons. Hortonville falls to 7-9 overall, 6-7 in the FVA. Up next for the Rockets, they're at home. They're home against Marshfield. That's tomorrow in a non-conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. And as for the Polar Bears, they're at Fond du Lac on Tuesday. That is an FVA matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. As for us, the Stream team, we're not taking the weekend off. We're going to be at Jack Whippick Court, Kimberly High School tomorrow afternoon as the top-ranked Kimberly girls take on the 4th-ranked Beaver Dam Golden Beavers. The game of the night in the state of Wisconsin on the girls' side. Our live coverage will begin at approximately 4:15 p.m. on postcrescent.com, facebook.com/postcrescent, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. And then next Friday, we'll be at historic Ron Einerson Fieldhouse as the top-ranked Rockets, the team we just saw, take on 2nd-ranked Kimberly. That's going to be a great one as well. That's a Fox Valley Association boys matchup. Live coverage for that one will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. And as I said, we're trying to add yet another game. We'll see how that goes. But a busy stretch coming up. And if we do get another game on the docket, I'll announce it at my Twitter account. So give me a follow at PCBretzi. And remember, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin website. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So for Rosie, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I am Brett Christopherson saying so long from Hortonville High School, where once again the final score tonight, Neenah 72, Hortonville 59. Thanks for watching, everybody.